I always wanted to be professionally involved in music. But then my father said, "Boy, you better be damn sure you have a backup plan." And I said, "But Dad, my passion is music and I will work in music." But then my dad said, "Look, Cedric, I'm older than you. Take my advice, have a backup plan, and everything will be okay in the end." So I thought to myself, everything will be okay in the end. I know these words. These are the words of my friend John. John said, everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. So I thought, yeah, these two must be right. So I had to decide to study law in the most beautiful city of the world, which is Ghent, obviously. And then, after 5 years, I called my dad. I said, "Look, Dad, it's Cedric. Remember? I made you happy. Now it's my time to be happy." So what did I do? I jumped on the first train to London, and I dived into music straight away. So, first, I studied music, and afterwards, I worked at the record label PS. Both great experiences. But even greater was what I learned there. I realized how powerful music is. The power of music. Okay, maybe it's something obvious. We all know the impact of music. But it starts before we were born. We have a very early connection with sound. When we're here, we are confronted with our mother's voice, with a heartbeat, with a pulse. Our eyes are closed, our ears are open, and already we have the feeling with music. And then, once we're born, we're out there, a piece of music can literally touch us. Literally, because right now, for example, I'm talking, I produce frequencies, they reach your ears, so you can actually feel it, but also hear emotion. But after all, what we feel here is controlled by the machine here. So, did you know that music stimulates more parts of the brain than any other human function? Now, I must say, I didn't invent this. This is research. This is knowledge. These are the laws of music. And if you want to more know about it, I would recommend this book by Alina Menes, obviously, The Power of Music. But we're making some kind of mistake right now, because after all, music is not only a rational thing. It's not only left brain. After all, music is right brain. It's emotion. So, not can music only evoke emotions or images? No, the power is even greater than that. Music can also create an entire context or evoke an entire world. Let me clarify myself with a short piece of less than 1 second. So be ready. This piece gives instant recognition and association in only a split second. I think that's quite powerful. But it goes even beyond this point, because we have emotions and feelings, we have images and a world, but we have also the power to evoke brands. And some pieces can even evoke a brand 1.8 million times a day. I don't know if you recognize it, but soon you will. About now. So, that's what we call brand recall. And today, we live in an economy where people need to split their attention. So, marketeers, brands, and organizations, they want to stand out and they want to rise above the noise. They want to have their attention in this attention economy. So that's the point where sonic branding pops in. Because sonic branding can have an added value to help brands and organizations to rise above the noise. So of course, obvious, brands have a visual identity. They think about color, about look and feel, about the logo. But let me quote Martin Lindstrom. He said, "The biggest part of marketing money is spent on the eyes. And it doesn't make sense. And I think he's very right. It doesn't make sense because, okay, you have the layer of the visual identity, but why not trying to make a brand organization richer? Why not adding an extra layer? You can ask the question, how does a brand look? But you can ask the question, how does a brand sound? So let me take you to a short trip to history. We'll start in 1950. Listen to this piece. Did you recognize the sound? Anyone? This is the sound of a car door. So back in the 50s, the Japanese were already thinking like, how can we make this door sound? How can we differentiate ourselves from the other car manufacturers? So that's the link with sonic branding. They were thinking, what's the sound? And I can assure you that the car of a Kia will sound different than the car door of a Bentley. Let me jump to 65. This guy. So, does he have a big T painted on his chest? No. He wanted to be another hero. He decided to differentiate himself with a unique sound. And that's what makes him powerful. And some sounds you can even hear without actually hearing them. Now, this is entertainment, this is fun, but let's get a bit more serious right now. This sound, for example. Or this one. Or more appetite for apple. Maybe burger. I'm loving it. So let me now show you a 2-minute video to tell you what sonic branding in essence is. This is some kind of definition.
Hi there. You witnessed something going wrong. But what? Well, first of all, you saw a visual logo and heard a sound logo. Secondly, you immediately noticed they didn't match. And that mismatch between both logos is just as wrong as something like this. Or...
I ain't stepping on that plane, fool.
Or this. Yep. Or this. These examples all sound wrong, or just funny. As for our clown, you recognized the sound and associated it with Nokia. Well, that's the power of sonic branding. Sonic branding is the use of sound to reinforce brand identity. It's the sound of your brand. Sounds bring back memories and trigger emotions. So by giving your brand a voice, you skyrocket its top-of-mind awareness. Roundhouse helps you complete your corporate identity by offering a high-quality, tailor-made arrangement. They have a strong inside-out philosophy, starting from a sonic brand that is unique and translating it through all layers of your communication. Roundhouse will bring out the music in your brand, creating that extra dimension when on hold, online, listening to the radio, watching your TV commercial, or even dancing in the discotheque. So why settle for a visual logo that is silent when a sonic brand can make it sing?
So here it says, why not making a visual logo sing? But in fact, sonic branding goes further than this. It's not only making a visual logo sing, it's about making an entire brand or an entire organization sing. So it is very crucial when you develop your sound identity that you have a plan, that you think about the strategy, that you manage all the sounds, and that it goes together with the brand identity. And when you don't do this, then it's a big trap, because then you have a a mismatch between the brand identity and the sound identity. And then I can guarantee that sonic branding will fail. Then we're back to the classical old model. But I can help you with the rule of the big six. So first of all, we need something relevant, something that fits the brand perfectly. Secondly, you need something catchy. You need something distinctive, something that's different from what the competitors have. You need something ownable. Very important, you need something consistent in a horizontal way in all communication touch points, but also in a vertical way over time. So sonic branding is a work in progress. You have a composition. Once you have it, you develop it over time and also in the touch points. Last but not least, dynamic. Let me zoom in on Coca-Cola. So they have their visual logo, but remember the words of Martin Lindstrom. He said, why not adding the extra layer and make the brand richer? So what did Coca-Cola do? Or maybe drinking a Coke during a World Cup. It's almost Christmas. Or maybe a romantic bar in Paris. Or why not asking Mark Ronson to make his interpretation? So Coca-Cola understood that a good brand can even be a better brand by adding the sound layer. And like I said, the sixth very important point of the big six is that it has to be dynamic, but also the fifth point, consistent. And that's what they do in this video. At a point where you don't expect it, Coca-Cola uses its sound identity. So what?